To start our star granny square, we're going to start off making a magic ring. Then you're going to chain 2 and add 15 half double crochet into the round. Now you should have 15 half double crochet, and we're going to close our loop and slip stitch to your first half double crochet stitch, skipping our first chain 2. To start row 2, we're going to chain 5, and in your second chain from your hook, we're going to add 1 single crochet. In your next stitch, add 1 half double crochet. Next stitch, 1 double crochet. And in that final stitch on your chain, we're going to add 1 treble crochet. And that's your first point. Now we're going to count 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch into that third stitch on your round. Our first point is complete to our star. Now we're going to chain 5 again, and we're going to repeat this. In your second chain from your hook, add 1 single crochet. Next stitch, 1 half double crochet. Next stitch, 1 double crochet. Last stitch, 1 treble crochet. Next, we're going to count 3 stitches to the left, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch to that stitch. And we're going to repeat this 3 more times for a total of 5 points. And after our 5th point, just slip stitch that into the third stitch. And then we're going to cut and sew in ends and on to round 3. For row 3, we're going to switch to our background color. So we're going to tie on to that very top single crochet stitch of our point. So you should have 4 stitches here, and we're going to add 1 single crochet. In the following stitch, we're going to add 1 half double crochet. Followed by 1 double crochet in the next stitch. And then in our last stitch, we're going to add 1 treble crochet. Now we're going to mirror what we just did going up the other side of the next point. We're starting with 1 treble crochet in that first stitch. Followed by 1 double crochet in the next stitch. 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, and 1 single crochet in that final top stitch. Now we're going to keep repeating this for each section until the end of the row. So we're going to start off with our single crochet, one half double crochet, one double crochet, and one treble crochet in that last stitch. And then we're going to reverse that, going up the opposite side of the next star, starting with one treble crochet, one double crochet, and then one half double and one single, and keep repeating till the end of the round. After your last single crochet, slip stitch to your first single crochet of the row and do not cut off. For row 4, we're going to chain 2, and in your next 2 stitches add 1 double crochet. In your next stitch, we're going to add 1 treble crochet, chain 2, and add 1 more treble crochet into that same stitch. This is going to be our first of 4 corners. In your next 2 stitches, we're going to add 1 double crochet. Next stitch is 1 half double crochet, followed by, in the next 3 stitches, add 1 single crochet stitch. In the next stitch, we're going to add 1 half double crochet. In the next 2 stitches, add 1 double crochet stitch. The next stitch is corner 2, so we're going to add 1 treble crochet, chain 2, 1 more treble crochet into the same stitch. Next 2 stitches, 1 double crochet in each. And then we're just going to keep repeating this for the entire row until we come to our first chain 2 space. So before and after each corner there should be 2 double crochet, and then in between the 2 double crochet, so after 2 double crochet you will always have 1 half double, 3 single, 1 half double, so they'll basically mirror each other until your next 2 double crochet and then your corner. So just repeat this for the entire row. At the end, slip stitch to the top of your first chain 2 and cut. Next is our star triangle granny. For row 1, we're going to start with another magic ring, chain 2, and add 9 half double crochet into your ring. Once you have your 9 half double crochet, close your ring and then slip stitch to the top of your first half double crochet stitch. For row 2, we're going to repeat like the first star, chain 5. In your second chain from the hook, add 1 single crochet stitch, followed by 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet in the following stitch, and 1 treble crochet in that last chain stitch. And then count 3 stitches to your left. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch into that stitch, and repeat this 2 more times for a total of 3 points. After your third point, you can cut and sew in ends. For row 3, we are going to tie on to that top stitch and the point that is on your right hand side. So we're going to add 1 single crochet into this first top stitch. Next stitch, 1/2 double crochet. Next stitch, 1 double crochet. Last stitch, 1 treble crochet. Now we're going to reverse this going up the other point. So start with 1 treble crochet, 1 double crochet, 1/2 double crochet, and 1 single crochet up at the top. And we're going to repeat this 2 more times. So going down this point and up the next point, and I'll meet you at the end over there. And this is what your half star should be looking like. And now we're going to just add a row of single crochet down this bottom portion of your star. After your last single crochet on the bottom, we're going to slip stitch to our first single crochet in the row to end this row, and do not cut off yet. For row 4, we're going to chain 2. Next stitch, add 1/2 double crochet. In your next 3 stitches, add 1 single crochet. Followed by 1/2 double crochet in your next stitch. Next stitch, add 1 double crochet, followed by another double crochet in the next stitch. Next stitch, we're going to add 1 treble crochet, chain 4, and add 1 more treble crochet into that same stitch. In your next 2 stitches, add 1 double crochet, followed by 1/2 double crochet. Next 3 stitches, 1 single crochet, then add 1/2 double crochet in your last 2 stitches. And then cut and sew in your ends. Next are our moon granny squares. For row 1, we will start in our background color and we will make a magic ring. Then you will chain 3 and add 17 double crochet for a total of 18 double crochet, including our first chain 3 into the round. Here are 18 double crochet, including our first chain 3. We're going to pull our circle closed, then slip stitch to the top of a first chain 3 to end the row. For row 2 in our other color, you're going to tie on to any stitch in the round, and you're going to add 1 single crochet into that stitch. In your next stitch, we're going to add 2 half double crochet into the same stitch. So 1, 2 half double crochet into the same stitch. In your following stitch, we're going to add 3 double crochet all into the same stitch. And in the following stitch, we're going to add 3 extended double crochet stitches all in the same stitch. And in the following stitch, we're going to add 3 treble crochet. Now we have half our moon completed. So next we're going to go down and mirror what we just did. So we're going to start off in the next stitch with 3 treble crochet in the same stitch. In the following stitch, we're going to add 3 extended double crochet all in the same stitch. And in the following stitch, we're going to add 3 double crochet into that same stitch. Next stitch, we're going to add 2 half double crochet into the same stitch. And in your last stitch, we're going to add 1 single crochet, and you can cut off and sew in these ends. For row 3, we are switching back to our background color. And in the second stitch from your start of your moon on the round, we are going to tie on and then chain 3. In that same stitch, we're going to add 1 treble crochet, and this is going to be our first corner. Then we're going to chain 2. And in that same space, add 1 more treble crochet. And then add 1 double crochet into that same stitch. And that completes our first corner. In our next stitch, still on the round, we're going to add 1 double crochet. Next, we're going to be working onto our moon. In that very first stitch, you're going to add 1 half double crochet. And in the next 3 stitches, we're going to add 1 single crochet, making sure not to skip any stitches. In our next stitch, we're going to add 1/2 double crochet, followed by 1 double crochet. And our next stitch will be corner 2. So we're going to add 1 double crochet, and in the same space add 1 treble crochet. Then we're going to chain 2, and in that same stitch we're going to add another treble crochet, and then add 1 more double crochet into that same stitch. Next stitch we're going to add 1 double crochet, followed by 1/2 double crochet. In the next 3 stitches add 1 single crochet. Next stitch 1/2 double crochet, followed by a double crochet, and then our third corner, and then we're going to keep repeating what we just did until we reach the end of our row. After our last double crochet, we're going to slip stitch the top of our first chain 3. Do not cut off yet. For row 4, we're going to chain 2. In the next stitch, add 1/2 double crochet. In your corner, you're going to add 2/2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2/2 double crochet. For this entire row, we are just going to be adding 1 single half double crochet into each stitch in the round, except for the corners will receive 2/2 double crochet, chain 2, 2/2 double crochet until the end of the row. After your last half double crochet, slip stitch to the top of your first chain 2 to end the row, cut off, and sew an end. And this is how I joined my squares. First, I laid them out like so, and along where each green line is, I first joined there to make 4 separate rows. Once I had these 4 strips, then I joined along these red lines to form the full bandana shape. I personally joined my squares using the back loop to back loop only method, but you can choose whichever method you enjoy the most. You can sew using a tapestry needle, slip stitching, whatever you like. This is just what I like. So first we are going to have our granny squares right side facing up, and then we're going to go into the back loop only, starting with the square that is closest to us, then into the corresponding back loop of the granny square that is furthest from us, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all loops on the hook, making sure to go through not very tight, kind of do a loose slip stitch close. That way it will lay flat. If you pull tight, you will have a tighter stitch and it will not lay as flat. So just continue the back loop method to join your squares together into 4 separate rows, and then join those together to make the entire bandana, or use whichever joining method you prefer. And then here's what this join looks like. It lays nice and flat. And now that our bandana is joined, we're going to add a row of single crochet border around the entire bandana with our right side facing us. We're going to tie on to any corner, and then we're just going to add a single crochet into each stitch of the round. And if you notice at the very top of our bandana, there are little divots, and I'm going to show you what I did there. So continue our single crochet until our first divot. So here's what I'm talking about. It kind of goes in, and all I did here to adjust was add half double crochet into these divots to sort of even it out a bit. And the reason for these is my star triangles that I created are a little bit smaller than the star granny squares. So that makes a tiny little divot, but we can fix it by just adding a few half double crochet to smooth it out. And then once we're done with our half double crochet, switch back to single crochet, and each time you hit one of these divots, add a few half double crochet. Now at the end, we're just going to finish off by slip stitching to the top of our first single crochet, cutting off and sewing in our ends. And next up, we are making our ties. So tie on to our top corner, so our flat edge, tie onto the right hand corner and make a chain of 50 plus 1 for turning. So here's our 50 plus 1, and in our second chain from the hook, we are going to slip stitch. And then in each stitch down the row, so all 50, we are going to add 1 slip stitch until we meet our bandana. And once we have met our bandana, we're going to slip stitch into that very first stitch that we tied onto. And then we're going to continue slip stitching across the top of our bandana until we reach the opposite corner where we will add our second tie. Now once we have reached our opposite corner, we are going to chain 50 plus 1 for turning. Now that we have our 50 plus 1 for turning, we have turned our work, and in the second chain from the hook, the same that we did on the other side, we're going to slip stitch down in each stitch until we meet our bandana. And now we are back at our bandana, and we're going to slip stitch in that same first stitch and do not cut off yet. Next, we're going to make our picket border. So in the next 3 stitches, we're going to add 1 single crochet, then we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to turn that chain to where we see the back bumps, and into that third bump, we're going to add 1 single crochet. And then in the next stitch, we're going to add a single crochet followed by 2 more single crochet. And then there's our first picket. Now we're going to chain 3, turn to see the bumps. In that third bump, we're going to add 1 single crochet, and then in the following 3 stitches, we're going to add 1 single crochet. And we're going to continue this all the way until the end of our bandana. So when we meet the other string, the other tie. And here's what it's looking like. And here is the end of our row. So after your last picket, we're just going to add some single crochet. And after your last single crochet, tie off, cut, sew in ends, and you're done. And thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoy and have fun creating. Bye.